Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, may I say. You're all looking very attractive here today, especially you there, Van, being first. Yeah, that's a nice privilege, that. Comes with a hefty burden, though. First has to click that support button for the patron. I try to take it seriously, but I laugh at the fact. How you doing there, Ron? Good to have you, my friend. Glad you got onto the actual Discord there. Yeah, to Ron and others, if you guys want to join the actual First Strike discussion room, I had to think what the series was called then, you just need to say in the actual Discord and I'll add you. There's probably like an automatic way to do it, but I don't know how Discord works for shit. Okay, it's a dimples, yeah. That's what they all say. Now, Deadman did say that he'd forgot to rename the turn. I'd sent it as plenty of new guests here, so that's good. It's a good sign that it's been sent back. Yeah, there we go. How you doing there, chickens? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not particularly a serious person. Right, so we will have a strike against Luganville here today. Only a couple sallies, they're being escorted by zeros. We do have Nyx assigned to sweep Luganville as well from Kida Kida. But just to let people know, spec losses over Luganville. I don't know why it keeps moving to the bloody left there. Maybe because I had the mouse out there. Yeah, the sweep is likely to arrive after the actual strike. But we're prepared. At the end of the day, we can replace the actual zero losses. It's just we need to be able to cause damage. So like when we go in there to like sweep, etc., we need to be able to actually cause him pain. Oh, not too bad. Well, that's an AVD. It would have been nice if we'd put a torpedo into the AVD, but I'm glad because I-10's actually returning home for refueling, so that's cool. An AVD. What does that potentially mean for us then? 2 AVDs. Ooh, okay. Interesting little discovery there. Yeah, be positive. Just not HIV positive. Oh, to be fair though, COVID-19 positive is probably the more topical version of that joke now, isn't it? No, that's a joke. But you know what I mean. Yeah, I do wonder. I'm gonna go back to talk about the game now. I do wonder what the AVDs mean there. So make it through the night phase. The BB Haruna should have arrived at Denny here today. Okay. Air operations. We did actually move 17 zeros. Hello. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, Allied SS, I was going to say. Okay. AP's reported there. Is that the actual task force that was defending Luganville? Seeing ships out that way. AP's there. Allied fighters out there is interesting. Carrier fighter maybe. But why fighter? That's interesting. Maybe Cap? The position to the south is interesting, but we certainly now see lots of it, like activity, which is not too shocking. I still need to get that mod to change the look of the aircraft again. I always forget. One day. Maybe. Yeah, it being detected out there over the submarine's interesting, but I did note about 7 out of 10 detection over the submarine. I-158 as she was heading south towards New Caledonia. I decided to actually have her move towards the north instead. Just, yeah, avoid beat detection. Submarines do best when they're not detected, of course. So we're in the air phase AM right now. That's still interesting. We do see apparently APs there in Luganville, which I do wonder what that could be. I mean, the task force of about 8 or so ships we saw a little bit further out into the actual, I guess you'd call it the Coral Sea. Is it Coral Sea? I suppose it'd be Coral Sea. Oh, is it? I can't remember if it's Coral Sea. The big sea. I mean, is that the force that was sighted about 2 days in a row? You know, the one that had been detected as various forms of warships. So if it's moved it out there, that'd be rather intriguing. Can an IGN sub provide fuel to flying boats? Sadly not, sadly not. Like, subs are really annoying. You can't refuel from other ships, you have to refuel them from a port. I don't know if AOs can refuel them. I don't think AOs can. No, I don't think they can refuel them. I think they have to refuel from a port. Kinda annoying. I could be wrong on the AOs, I've never actually tried it in fact. I know you can't refuel at sea from other ships. Maybe AOs, but I've honestly no idea about that one. Okay. Yeah, so as said, we do have 17 zeros at Marcus in case it came out that way. Moving into the PM. Are we actually going to see anybody fly today? Alright. Destroyer Escort Pope, we've seen her a few times before. AP. Nice. Are we actually going to see any flights today? I wonder if weather's too bad. Another task force there at Wake. We'd previously seen a tanker the day before. No, I guess no flights today. Ah, that's kind of annoying. Oh, 16. Well, she's in shallow waters here, so hopefully we can actually cause some damage to her. Ah, that's a little annoying. Yeah, to be honest, it's a hard thing to say. Like, so I'm like, yeah, we should have an attack today, and it didn't go forth. I just get to beat up a submarine there, yeah, taking a water, that's good. She'll probably not take too much damage unless she actually gets penetrated by a depth charge, even then she'll not take a huge amount of damage, but hopefully it's enough to try and push her out of the area. Hey, Dylan Benjamin. Ah, yeah. You can just like carry on from the current episode, really. Monsoon. Yeah, we have issues with the monsoon season in Vermont actually with supply, but it's been a bloody quiet turn. Surprisingly quiet. We don't see the carriers. To the north, carriers. So that'll be interesting. We don't get our bloody sweep. I'm surprised because it's like we were going from Kitakita and Denny's, so it's not as if they were like anywhere close by. I mean, maybe the weather was just bad in the area. Oh, I like Civil War too, yeah. I still think that's one of the best Aegeons. At least it's the one that runs the best. Yeah, I did like Civil War too. Be cool if they remade that. I mean, I guess there's that American Civil War, something I forget what it's called now. That one's good, but I fucking suck at the battles in that. Well, quiet turns are never a bad thing unless they're a bad thing, but we'll not know about that. It's another turn that we get to really figure out what's going on. I mean, we are seeing more activity in the south. We saw carrier, and now we suddenly don't. It's pretty interesting, actually. I mean, I'm just quite glad that Andeni just continues to progress smoothly. It does feel like it's on borrowed time, though. I swear there must be carriers out of that area. That is the feeling I get. It just seems too easy in a way, you know what I mean? Like, he's obviously committed forces to that area. And the only thing that's stopping us from, like, really pushing forward, like, surface forces and just more aircraft and being more aggressive in general is just this idea that there could be a carrier out there. The train throws me off a bit. Yeah. I don't think we've seen the carrier as of yet, but I'm not too sure. I'm just really glad we got to do it again tonight. There's tanks in Canton, and there's tanks coming down from the north. There's a number of tanks over this way, so it's going to be probably about 2 weeks or so, I guess, before they all arrive over here at Chungking. At that point, we should probably have the first tank division, actually. But I don't think I'm going to actually have the tank division formed yet. Oh, there we go, that's a nice turn there. Is there a menu to see what bases you have issued orders to? In Warner Pacific, no. You have to check on the individual units, really. It depends on what you're trying to do, like, if you expand a menu, I guess, yeah, you can see that sort of thing. So you see the numbers increase there slightly, the number code looks like it's arrived there. But, yeah, the numbers are more or less settled. So the 10th Tank Regiment went ahead. They should have been following the actual division there, so I'm surprised there. They take no damage though, so that's fine. Oh yeah, yeah. They're destroyed, yeah, absolutely no damage to us there. Hey, there you go. The map mod, if you go ahead and if you look at the previous episode, you'll find a link to the actual Discord. If you go ahead and join the Discord, go to the Warner Pacific section, in the pins you'll see all sorts of useful information, but you'll also see the map mod I'm using right now. How you doing there, George? Okay, very quiet turn, surprisingly quiet turn. Even quieter than what we'd actually intended, so yeah. Indeed, a second stream. It's good to, it just makes it easier in the week, so I do have a pressing essay to write, amongst other things. I need to write a personal bloody statement as well for international study. Yeah. Retired. Ah, yeah. Things have changed a lot since then, actually. Alright. Yeah, it's been... I mean, we're on turn 179 now. So yeah, things have progressed quite somewhat since then. Yeah, you are blessed there, George. Invite is invalid. That's weird. I don't know why it's invalid. Hold on. Let me go ahead and post in the chat now. I mean, if you guys actually post in the general chat, just say, "Oh, add me to the First Strike room," I'll do that. I'll obviously afterwards. But it does make sense. You can actually join in the discussion then. Yeah, it should be no limit and shouldn't expire. Have you fucked George? Have you? No, George, not at all. Okay, nice try though. Nice try. Come on, game. I don't know why it's been really slow. Oh, there we are. Oh yes, I saved it. I haven't really reopened it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that in a second. Oh yeah. I can imagine Gary chewed you up as well. See, I'll do it with a smile. Gary does it with fangs. Yeah. It's just one of those, isn't it? It's like, what's it worth to him sort of thing. Right, so take a look at the actual map there. We're not seeing anything right now. I mean, these are the zeros that were moved out here. So they've actually had a good time reducing that fatigue. I'm still pretty shocked. We transferred them. We didn't have to reload to get them to transfer without losing any. So that's really quite handy, in fact. It's an interesting one. It does mean that Marcus now has radar, and it has a small allotment of zeros, which is interesting in of itself, actually. Right, so see another ship out here. Right. Oh, yeah, if you joined the Discord there, Benjamin. I mean, it's like my Discord, but I don't really consider it as for me, in a sense. It's like, obviously, I'll post the links there for streams and stuff like that. I know it sounds like weird, but I don't really do things in the way that other YouTubers might do. I don't do anything professionally or that sort of jack. I don't even do that much, to be honest. I just like to see other people just use it as a good space to discuss and play games, really. You gotta build that cult slowly, you know. God damn. 2 teams going down their tops is not good. Is it the day of the twos there? God damn, there's a lot of op sources today. Jesus. Why is there so many op sources here today? TC2. Damn, that sucks. Hmm. You'd have expected him to use the aircraft down here at Carnes, but he hasn't. Been rather interesting. Yeah, is that the same force? It appears to be. Oh, well, okay, so we have confirmation of carriers over here then. Not all that many, actually. We've seen there 40 fighters, 24 bombers. 3 ships is interesting. Why just 3? AO over here, DMS, apparently. It does explain why we had fighter spotted above, actually. Overhead of a submarine, I should say. Yeah, that out here is an interesting one, really, because there's not all that much you can do about it. What range is that? So that's range 13 from Talagi, range 12 from Lunga, range 10 from Kira Kira, 11 from Mandeni. Is he trying to see what we have in terms of attack out this way? I mean, we had a report of a AP, I think, around here. We did see that there was like the 2 APDs over here, then. So at least we know that there's about 2 APDs in that area. It looks like the amount of men here increased. Well, the unit increased by another 1 there, so there's another unit. Okay. Yeah, thunderstorms. I'm surprised that we didn't fly. Severe storms. Maybe that would probably... Moderate rain over here. I'm surprised that they didn't fly. Yeah. They were set to do it, so I guess the weather can that one. Yeah, the British have armour. Okay, they're spotted. He'll probably go in and kill that, but even then, if he goes in to kill that, he might be able to get a strike there. Interesting. What's our strike range again? Damn, well, we're set to 11 strike. Oh, we need to get that torpedo sorted, sorry. Ah, yes, we've flown that over there. Okay, well, that's good to see now. We've flown this guy over here. And they're the one with torpedoes there. So that's okay, we'll get that sorted. I really wish you could just type 100 and that'd be really nice. I was good for about 100 or so. I might do the other one, but it's about 1,000 supply for that. Well, they have armored decks. The only thing is like, we don't really care about decks. I mean, we use torpedoes, so who gives a shit about a deck? I mean, if you take a look... I mean, for torpedoes, I think it would be the belt that would matter. Let's take the Indomitable. So, 112 belt, which is nice. How does that compare to, like, a Lexington? Yeah, 175 belt. Deck. 75. It's only like 25 mil extra. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's still nice. Certainly better than Yorktown. I always think the Essex is a sexy looking carrier. Much better than the Essex. Yeah, but who gives a shit about deck when you're just going to use a torpedo? Don't get me wrong, I wish we had like £1,000 bombs and stuff. Oof. Yeah, so bad weather in the area. Really bad weather in the area. Jesus. Extreme overcast over here then, partial clouds, severe storms, thunderstorms, overcast, severe storms, and moderate rain. But we also then have the thunderstorms out this way. Pretty nasty. Yeah, exactly. Okay. But that's good information then. So we have awareness of the carriers down here. But if that's the... I mean, this is it. It is as we suspected that there must be some carrier commitment down here. It wouldn't explain his boldness without it. I mean, the situation has changed because we could potentially send forward a number of submarines to try and cause problems there. The additional midget submarine has arrived here, so Ha-17 will now join us here. We are bringing in more midget submarines here to Andeni too. They are quite nice to have. Once we get some fuel out here, they become even more effective, really. But it certainly helps us because we can actually just have submarines there to remain on station, and midgets do pack a hell of a punch. Like, if you get hit by one of those torpedoes, it will hurt. Yeah, 772 pen. You only get a single shot, like. But yeah, you can see they're better than the 53cm ones. Trying to think which submarine may have superior torpedoes. Protection over here as well. I-19, yeah, 15, time 95, 893. Yeah, so pretty good. Oh yeah, yeah. 800 kilogram definitely will leave a mark. Depends what you're hearing about, of course. Now, so our forces moving back. Decided to have the 56th Division actually begin prepping for Luganville. The reason being, we do have really good prep on the 2nd Division. That's the aircraft, not the forces. Yeah, we do have good prep on the 2nd Division 83 there. These guys will be 74 and I think 76, 77 over here. So when we combine them into a single division, they'll have at least 70 plus their prep, which will be good. But I do want to have 2 divisions to land there. We are prepping the Naval Guard in the area. That will be superfluous. They're being prepped for a fate over here, then, actually. Yes, Kiribatai is still in Kobe, Japan. Interesting to see more submarines out this way now. Yeah, Shokaku, Zuikaku, 19 more days. 19 more turns and then they'll be active once again, and we'll actually have that radar, which is going to be worthwhile to have. It will really help out Kiribatai in its abilities, to be honest. Yeah, if it sinks, it sinks, exactly. Oh wow, naval architecture. Ah, that's really interesting, actually. Right, so the tanks have been offloaded over here, then, so 8th Tank Regiment is good to go. They need to go ahead and drive up over here to Gong, and then they'll be railed up there. That's handy. I'm just waiting on some additional APs to arrive over here at Wankau, so I can actually go ahead and pick up the troops there. The Naval Guard's moving forward. We're moving supply down to Taihoku in Formosa, and then another convoy will be moving up there. I'm half tempted to potentially grab some supply from Takao, as I do need to actually grab more supply in this area. I got you. What? I'll value in an intact airfield and pull for the Japanese. No. Port Moresby is not worth it. The reason being it's exposed, it's not worth it. What we gain at Port Moresby is just... it's not worth it. If anything, we gain more by it being a bit of a red herring. I think that might be the right terminology for it. Essentially, if he sees this, it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to go for Port Moresby. It's like, well, okay, you can do that. There's not really a connected road here, so it will take you time to move up this way. And sure, they can do it. They can do it. But it's just why, you know what I mean? It's like if it was me, I'd be like, well, this area's actually pretty well defended. Screw that noise. I'm just going to go to the Central Pacific or North Pacific. Why go into an area? I mean, what's the phrase? What's the saying? Sorry. I think it's supposedly attributed to Napoleon. It's like, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like keep thrusting until you meet steel, and then find another position or another place or something like that, or thrust into another place. But essentially, if you meet resistance, stop. I forget what it is. It's something of that nature. Oh, don't be rubbing it in there, Benjamin. Yeah. Imagine having a job. Okay. We set strike out to range 11 here from Port Blair. Previously it had been... actually, last turn had been 12. The turn before it was 10. We saw him at 11. So, he is probing now. Okay, so our forces waited on the tanks to arrive over here. They should arrive next turn then. That's good. The Thai forces moving into Paoshan. Not too far away. 29 there. I considered having one of them broken up over here at Paoshan, and it's tempting because it would leave a very formidable garrison over there at Paoshan, but I think I might use Chinese units, but it is tempting. And the reason why I'm not considering it is because, well, with them being 80, it's like they're the perfect garrison for like Kunming and etc. I think I'd rather fill up the larger garrisons and then like use Chinese troops over here at Paoshan or something of that nature. Yeah, something like that. Okay, tanks are in position over here. A little unexpectedly, to be honest. So, they should cross shortly enough, but what I'm going to do is then just have them set to defend here. And I could attack again, but I think I might wait for the... Well, to be fair, I could just attack again. I guess I'll attack again then. Right, infantry moving in there. The tank regiment will have just arrived, actually, then. I'm going to go ahead and take this tank regiment here. It's a bit of a smaller one, but I'm going to have that head to the north. And the reason being, if he actually comes in there to try and cut the road off, then at least I can actually get behind him. Not as a threat, but it will be useful to actually chase him down, really. The point is, they don't think they will go through Buna to PM. If you can move a division from Buna to Port Moresby, all I'm saying, if he wants to move a division to Port Moresby, then okay, I'd rather it be there than anywhere else. I mean, we do have the capacity to fight quite nicely from the from this area over here. I'm more than happy for him to do that. To me, it just represents a gigantic waste of time. It's like something of a liability, really. Like, what does he gain from Port Moresby that he couldn't gain elsewhere? If he wants to make a push out this way, he'd be better off just building up these bases over here on Australian soil that are not likely to be taken by us. He can certainly do that. You can have a size 6 there, you can have a size... Well, you can't have an airbase there, but you can have a size 6 over here. Cooktown could be built up as well. You can have a really large... I mean, Cooktown could be like a size 9 airfield. That could be a size 9 airfield. You can go 3 above the actual number in the parentheses, I do believe. And you could have a pretty big airfield. I mean, that's like 19 hectares. That's like 20 hectares. I mean, obviously, if he's going to be operating with other aircraft, like fighters, they're not going to be able to reach out here. But at the end of the day, I just see it's a pointless waste of time. I always think that Port Moresby is way overvalued. It's like, I mean, it's like we're already down here. We're already in possession of these islands. We already have a position that's strengthening down this way. This area no longer matters. The battle has long since moved away from Port Moresby. Yeah, exactly, but I don't know. Just have some trust, have some faith. It's just not worth it. There's a naval guardian that's going to be left there. That's more than ample. You know what, George? I don't know why people value Port Moresby so much. I honestly do not get it. I'm quite perplexed. It can be built up, sure, and it's a size 1 and 3 airfield there. But it's just not worth it. I mean, look at Buna. For me to get a shipment of supply to Buna, I just simply have to go this way. For me to get a shipment of supply to Port Moresby, I have to go around New Guinea. And that's southern end of New Guinea, and that's not worthwhile. We have Milne Bay over here, which is going to be worth more to me. I'd rather use Milne Bay than Port Moresby. The reason being, I can get to it a hell of a lot easier. 13 and 11. Granted, Port Moresby's closer, but I then have Tegla and etc. over here. And we have the range. It's just, yeah, I don't really have much in the way of designs over here to cards. Yeah, exactly. All they can do is push. If he wants to push in that area, that's fine by me. It's going to be a waste of his time. Moving west is interesting. AMCs. All I can say I know is like it isn't going to happen. It's just not worth it. He gains a single airfield out here against how many airfields? He's got to have aerial supremacy to be able to do that. And if he has aerial supremacy, why is he going to bother with Buna? There are presumably easier targets in the area, perhaps. I mean, he could come in over here and try and take one of these islands or one of these dot bases and maybe even build those up. But I just don't see it being worthwhile. There's just nothing in this area that's worth it for him, really. Going back to the analogy, if you beat steel, yeah, stop. And there's steel here. Okay, so we've been from 5% to 22%, which is good. We did have the AP actually unload, which is really nice. Right, they need to head back to Rabaul. Now, people are definitely welcome to have their opinions. In a different situation, yes, it may have value. Right now, it has no value. Its value is to be, as George says, a very pretty bauble. And if it's a very pretty bauble that sees him land at a size 2... land at a times 2 base, size 2, sorry, times 2 terrain. I don't know why I said that weird. Yeah, he'll be able to take it, but at the end of the day, it's like, we will be able to fight. Okay. Continue the build-up over this way. Looking good. It is times 2, Sunny Jungle. Vieira around here is Jungle Rough. Okay. Does he have detection on the BB here? Oh, he doesn't still. That's really good news. He has detection on the DDs, but he doesn't actually know that Haruna. And there's actually Kitakami and Oi. I didn't intend to bring Kitakami and Oi, but they're here. Yeah. Damn, our Mavis is again being up. And that's quite surprising as well, actually, regarding the amount of aviation support here. At least, yeah, they'll come into action again soon. Might be worthwhile in the future putting like some G3s over here then, or G4s. Obviously, just something G3s would be nice just to have for the naval search out here. But yeah, things will get better. I'm just a little annoyed that we didn't have this go ahead. But I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world, because if we could presume that the carriers are here, they might have actually been running long-range cap over here at Luganville. So I guess it helps that we have more information in the area now. Oh, on the fighters? Yeah, these guys have only recently been transferred into here, so they'll have more. I think that was a group that transferred in. I think that was the group that was here beforehand. I forget which way around it is. Oh, the Mavises, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, not so much fatigue on the squadron, more so fatigue on the actual aircraft. But that's not a lot, in fairness. That's pretty low as far as it goes. Well, it's not low. It's notable, but we've had higher. Yeah, the aviation support over here, 120 is good. And again, need to build up the airfield to make it more impactful. Those float planes are beautiful. We've lost carriers, yeah. We lost the entirety of Midikid Batai quite a while ago. We haven't lost another carrier since, and he's been bloody lucky in avoiding the loss of his carriers many a times. Alas. It didn't stop us from doing anything, though. Okay. So we do have a 4th Malta Battalion there and 2 additional Army HQs moving in there, core HQs. That's nice. Yeah, all that additional support is always going to be handy to have there. Hey, to be honest, yeah, it was a setback at sea. We've had troubles at sea, but in reality, we've managed to take every objective so far. The only one we haven't been able to take has been bloody Wake, and that's because he made Wake a bit of a hell for us, actually. How are we going over here at Marcus? Marcus is at 83. It was at 80% last turn, so it's going to take quite a few turns, but at least it will get there at the end. Let's take a look at the actual signal ops. Pearl Harbor, busy right now. Dutch Harbor, that's in the north. I swear he's building up something in the north. It just seems like it would be right. Yeah, Dutch Harbor over here. So it looks like it's actually built an airfield there unless it starts at one. I'm not too sure if it does start at one. It could do. I'd have to double check that. Yeah, so a nice quiet turn. Not the most exciting thing to watch, but it's also good because we get to move forward. Yeah, need more supply over here. We do have supply moving down to this area in time. It's going to be a while before chunking there, George. I know you like to pull my leg about it. How you doing there, Vulcan? How you been doing there, man? I don't know that much about the game, just know enough to be able to do it. Yeah, I do hope you're doing well there, Vulcan. Going relatively well. We managed to have Endeni go without a hitch so far. We just did get the Haruna group into here, which is quite nice. We've seen carriers down here yesterday, but last turn, aka today, we saw a carrier around about this area, but it's since dropped off there. Ah, you know what? That's pretty cool. Now, glad to hear you're doing well enough. Yeah, not really any action here today, which is okay. Just working on taking care of these guys, and then we'll be able to send them on towards chunking there. 3rd Division not far off, 17th Army moving up there too. Again, building on that prep. Right, additional artillery arrived here. Some 300mm howitzers there. Nice big guns. Yep, they're moving there too. Very nice. 27th Division moving north. We also do have a Mongol garrison core HQ there as well. 27th Division, yep, 62 prep. Very nice. So we are due to have quite a few divisions arrive in the end. 17th Division, yep, that'll begin moving tomorrow then. That's handy enough. Yeah, 52 prep for Chongqing. Cool. Kukong, just waiting on the artillery to arrive. We do have that first lot of artillery moving north there. 8th tank will move today, well, into the day tomorrow. And there's that other lot of artillery there. Nice. Does this include the bigger guns? No, I wonder if those are the big guns I was thinking of then. Or have they arrived yet? It might be that group that we saw. Possibly. It has been a fair length of time. And actually, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I guess they must have moved up that way. Right, they're moving. That's good. How's the situation at Chongqing? Right. So he's up to 288,000. Actually, I can go ahead and show you the combat report. Yeah, so we're seeing 166,000 defending troops there. The amount of guns has remained the same. Currently, we're just bombard. I decided to go ahead and bombard with the artillery, the independent artillery units there. So we're 5186. There's about 6 divisions on the way. Maybe a 7th division, depends really. As a few more forces should be able to get more out there too. Yeah, that's what we have so far. More artillery's on the way, of course. Another minus the RF guns to the artillery. Yeah, so minus 21. So about 170 odd guns, 172-ish or so guns moving up to the north there. The guns down this way are the ones from the Philippines. They're moving up. Majority of the guns have now arrived. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can't see it being detrimental to use just the artillery that I have, to be honest. And this is it. I mean, I can understand the idea, but then it's just like, well, surely saturation bombardment is a thing. I'd put it down to probably just, I don't know, maybe a mix of fog of war, maybe a mix of just the fortifications, I'm not sure. Okay, just waiting for him to move these units there. Yeah, 3rd Tank Regiment there is about 644 miles. Well, 610-ish miles. 611 miles? 611 or so miles away from Chongqing. Maybe. I just don't know how it... I don't know. I mean, like right now, we didn't we didn't lose anything to return fire. I just don't know how it could be better to use less guns in a sense. I don't know. It's one of those I would have to understand how the actual combat algorithm works there, but I'm not saying that it's wrong, I'm just... I don't know. It just seems odd. Yeah, we'll think it over. I might ask Andy Mac about that. In case he knows anything, but I don't know. I don't think combat was really his part as such, but I'm not sure. Well, we have more than enough supply. I don't know, I just can't see it being less effective to use more guns. It's like the price we pay for using shorter range guns is that we receive more return fire, but I don't know. I'll just leave it at that then. I guess we'll figure that one out. Okay. So I do have a number of aircraft to move up here. There we are. Where are they? Okay. That's fine. This group over here then. They're just running free reconnaissance. Why does that show movement? Oh, I know why. Yeah, another one of the tank regiments arrived there, so yeah, they can just stop there for the time being. Let's take a look at the ops report. I'm going to assume that's the one in the Coral Sea. Yeah, I-158 was always sort of fighters. Yeah, I know, right? Ah, nice. Kirakira. I mean, that's good at Kirakira to have the radar there. It'd be nice if we could get it to Endeni. Hopefully that'll come soon. Pensacola. Pensacola was torpedoed a long time ago, I do believe. I think that was around about the time of Minikidiptai in the Dutch East Indies, actually. These squadrons that we're using, I can show you over here. Obviously, there's going to be more. Gary's the one who looks at the actual pilot management and aircraft management. But we've been converting. He's explained to me that essentially there's certain groups that you can more easily convert than others. But essentially, this is what we've been doing: is converting the ANDs and essentially groups like that over to the NICs. So the next would be to convert the 65th Sentai/A, and then we have a full squadron then to work with. So we'd have 36 then. Takes time because we're only producing so many aircraft per day, but we'll eventually get to that mass, and we'll have a good number out there. But yeah, NICs are quite nice. We should actually have our first Helens. Yes, there we are. So we have our first Helens out here. We had them upgraded last turn. So they're just repaired now. It's going to take quite a freaking long time. It's quite annoying like that. It's always easier once you have them actually here because you can just throw them in. Kind of annoying like that. Right. Yeah, so all in all, quite interesting to be honest. And even if he continues up this way, he's not really going to gain anything. We do have ability to fight back over here. I mean, there's 44 G3M2s over here. Ready. A couple more than that, but they can certainly put a powder into him. Interesting. I'd like to get more Dinas down this way. I do have some over here in Philippines. Yeah. I was hoping they'd repaired by now. I want to move them as an entire group, and it's also not a bad thing to have them rest and repair a little while. Okay. Loading up troops over here. Oh, that's why. God damn it. I really didn't want them to do the supplies. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Need more supplies over there, but they'll have to head that way now. I don't get the hard on for Port Moresby. I really do not. You guys are gonna have to work hard to convince me of that one, because right now it just seems completely worthless. Yeah, but I'm not going to invade. I'm not going to invade Northern Australia, George. Fuck that shit. Well, eventually at some point, maybe. Not looking towards it now, anyway. Oh, there's Fair Division, yeah, so it'll be up there. Not too sure where to have them prepped for. They're not really going to join in on chunking. I guess I could do with the artillery, but I'm going to have them really on this road here. These is it. Well, this is a group I'd like to deal with one day, but that's fine. Because it's just not worth it. I mean, we could, but we're just not geared for it. Like, the divisions aren't set up in that way. We'll have a push down this way with the divisions, but I'm not that eager for this as of yet. I'd like to take Exmouth as like a naval search base and like a sub-refuel base, that sort of thing there, rearm base, but I'm not that keen. He's spicy. Let him talk for the moment. Yeah, Darwin eventually. Oh, they should have been picked up. That's annoying. Villager spot, that's really quite annoying. I'll have to send something there. Oh, George, you think like an infantryman. That's the only way I can offend you. Without offending you. Okay, 25th Army. I decided to move the 25th Army down here to Rangoon just to give it HQ benefits. I do have another army over here, 15th. Building up size 7. Supply is building up. It does take a lot of effort to build it up there. Ah, yeah, there's the artillery that I mentioned earlier on. 51st A is not far now. That'll be alright. Okay. I'm gonna have a group move that way. And I don't know if it'd benefit me to have a group move this way. I don't think they'll be able to retreat anywhere. I'd rather them not retreat off the road. I'd rather them retreat onto a road. But once this base has gone over here, then they should be more or less screwed. Excuse me. If I move that way, it's a temporary measure, and I think it's secondary road. So it'll not take too long to move back. I just want to make sure they can try and block as much access to anywhere else as we can. They should surrender, though, once that base is gone. I need to have, like, a unit there just block back permanently. I could even potentially leave the mortar battalion there, perhaps. But in fairness, I don't even need to do that. What I can go ahead and do, then, is move one section just down here. We have a unit there, then we'll have a unit there. They can just stay there, then. Yeah. I mean, I actually control this hex side, so it doesn't... yeah, that doesn't even matter then, really. So I might just move them up that way, or maybe even just have them used to control part of the road or something of that nature. Yeah, we're going to have a unit over here eventually anyway. You press W. W key does that. No, all in all, then, not that much to take a look at here today, then. Which I'm not going to complain about. Yeah, it's good because it means things progress. How are we good on the R&D? Come on, Tojo. At least that one's relatively close. Not like I'll make a big difference. A single one in that sort of time span doesn't make that big a difference. There's the other one over here, but yeah. Again, well, same answer there. Will not make that much of a difference. Maybe they might advance it by a month at the most. But I doubt that. Okay. So we had 4 7s, I believe. Still got a 4 7s. Come on, 8 3s. I want to see them get up there. Yeah. Okay. No. I don't know if I'd shown you guys. I think I'd shown you. I use the shipyard points that we did have. Actually, I might have a little bit more than I had actually anticipated there. How are we looking on that? I might have... okay. Anyway, I'll have to look at that then, if we have more points. Why am I researching the A6M8? Do you mean the A6M3A? I think it is. That one? I mean, the A6M8 is an easier one for us. I'm going to assume that you mean the A6M3A. And the reason why we're doing the A6-3A is because it has 15 hexes range. So it'll be quite handy for things. Useful little aircraft. It's just essentially a better A6M2 with a little bit more range than the A6M2. The A6M8? We could R&D jump towards it. We'll be able to get it in 1942 at late or 1943 early. It's an armored 0. Has less range, but it's an armored 0. The A6M5C. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the reason why we didn't decide to go for the A6M5C... The A6M5C is nice, don't get me wrong. It is also armoured, it has 17 gun value. The reason why we didn't go for the A6M8 is that the A6M5C is that the A6M8 is faster. It's pretty much it. 336, 350, altitude's less. But yeah, it's just that little bit more range is why we went for that. Engines, not sure. Mitsubishi HA-33. Oops. Yeah, HA-35. That's also a consideration as well. Yeah, it's a nice aircraft. Don't get me wrong. Very nice aircraft. The centerline mounted 50 cal is nice. Yeah, we did consider it. Just yeah, the reason why I went for the A6M8 is just that speed. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. So moving out that way. Yep, I think it's about time to end the stream here then. Otherwise, I'm just wasting your time. Things are progressing. We'll take a look at it. Yes, it was nice. But there's much better things out there. Yeah, so take a look at the situation, man. It continues to develop over here. It is very interesting to see the cars out here. 40 is not a huge amount. I love you too there, George. Yeah. I mean, we can feel better about the situation now, then. So we do have the group out here, which means that if he does come in, we do have something that can at least fire back at him. We'll see, really. It would be quite interesting. But we're quite interested in just, yeah, contesting the airfield over here. As we build up the airfield over here, and ideally build up more airfields, should be able to do more. We'll be moving the Helen down here to Kira shortly enough. Now, the Helen could fly within normal range to Luganville, and we probably would go for that. Maybe escort from here, then. We'll see. Okay, yeah, no, it's great to have you there, Benjamin. Do go ahead and join the Discord. Just put in the general chat if you want to join the First Strike discussion room, and then we can talk there. It's much appreciated. If you guys enjoy this, do consider becoming a patron backer as well. Yeah, the music's very familiar. I hear that a lot. I must have been using it for the last few years now. God help me if it becomes copyrighted, because I'll be screwed. Until next time, thank you. Highest Minasai, Ja, Mata. I don't know when the next one is. Maybe Getsuyobi, I don't know, già amate Getsuyobi. さよなら、おやすみなさい。